I just drew.
It just slipped right out my fingers.
You're not Chef Brack anymore.
We have tears. We have tears. We finally got tears.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Way Home podcast. My name is Annie Bender, and I'm a local realtor here in Maryland with the Weymouth Group of Keller Williams Realty Center. And today we have with us very special guests from Assurance Title LLC, Kiana Moore and Chris Breck.
My name is Kiana Moore, and I'm the Business Development and Marketing Manager of Assurance Title Company.
I'm Chris Breck. I am one of the partners of the company, and I do whatever Kiana tells me to do.
Okay. Kiana was wondering how you would introduce yourself today. And then we also have Chris Weymouth with us as well, producing.
Yay.
You know Chris. You know and love Chris already.
I'm here.
So today is not only special because we have Kiana and Chris B, but we're also going to be having a little bit of a spicier episode today because we're going to conduct our interview Hot Ones style. And if you're not familiar with Hot Ones, check out the YouTube channel First We Feast. It's where the host, Sean Evans, has his guests answer questions after eating a progressively spicier hot wing. So it's not our idea, but we love it. And we thought it'd be a fun way to interview some of our favorite people from Assurance. Okay. So Chris, before we get started, can you show off our lineup of hot sauces?
You want me to show off each one?
Yeah, tell us what we're up against.
Okay, so the first one is Capital City Mambo sauce. I would consider that more of a barbecue style. It's a little bit spicy, but it's not gonna hurt. The second one is Old Bay.
Mm-hmm.
If we're here in Maryland, you got to have Old Bay sauce. Again, slightly spicy, but I wouldn't call it a hot sauce. After that is Frank's. So I think Frank's is like the best over-the-counter hot sauce you can get, just for like basic wings. You got to doctor it up a little bit, but it's pretty solid as is. After that, we have Pick a Peppa Mango. This is the first one that's probably going to start getting hot. Pretty good flavor, especially if you like mango.
Kiana, you look worried.
I'm a little nervous.
All right, then we're going to go to Papa Boy. It's a Scotch bonnet pepper. This one's, we might see a couple drops of sweat on this one. Key West Key Lime. Again, I'm not a huge key lime fan, but I think it's a good flavor to introduce. And this one might be a little break for us. We might step down a little bit just to kind of calm down. After that, Caribbean jerk. I love jerk chicken. This is a hot sauce and then some spice added to it. I think if you make any wing, you can't just do the sauce. Like if you go to a restaurant and they just dump the sauce on it, that's just vinegar. You got to have some powder in there. So add a little bit of jerk seasoning with it too, so it sticks to the wing. After that, we're gonna have Iguana XXX habanero sauce.
Uh-oh.
Triple X does not sound good.
No. That one's gonna hurt.
Okay.
I feel like this. After that, the house favorite, mystery sauce. So we have a lot of hot sauce in my house, and when the bottle gets down to the end,
Yep.
you're just wasting all that space. So we just pour it all into a jar.
You're lying.
Nope. My kids work at like a Mexican restaurant, so they come home with the hot sauce every time they work, and whatever we don't use, we dump in the jar. So there it is. I don't know what's in it. It's just
That's this one?
there's 50 kinds of hot sauce in there.
Wait,
Probably
switch to... This is the mystery sauce.
mystery sauce.
This is terrifying. Thank you. All right.
And then after that, that's Dave's Insanity sauce. That's number 10. And the name holds true. I did a test wing this morning, and I felt guilty.
You made it here, though.
Yeah, so I had to.
You're not in the ER, so that's a good start.
I had to dial that one back a little bit, and I have a wonderful selection of milk.
Okay.
If you guys need it,
Great.
so.
I saw there's like 4 different kinds of milk in there, which is good. All right. Thank you for the rundown of the sauces. I'm terrified and excited at the same time. But before we jump into it, I just wanted to give everyone an opportunity to kind of get to know you a little bit. So we can start with Kiana. If you would be able to tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got started at Assurance, and how you got to where you are now.
That's a lot. So
as quick as you want to. It's up to you.
As far as me, I'm a mom of 4. I am a football mom, and I love being a football mom. I got into title at about 17.
Oh, wow.
Started as a admin, just a receptionist, and then I just wanted to learn more. Got my license and just kept building up. And then I was lucky enough to meet Chris, and he hired me as Assurance's very first hire.
Yeah. First and best, right?
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's pretty much me in a nutshell.
My name's Chris Breck. I am a father of 3. I am a lacrosse, soccer, and Palms dad. So I get a little bit of everything.
Okay.
I've been doing this about 20 years. Similar story. I studied marketing in college. My first job out of college was like behind the desk, and I thought like, oh, this is great. I'm gonna play fantasy football all day while I work. I hated it being behind the desk, so I had to jump into sales and get out there and meet people and start shaking hands and generate business. So I worked behind the desk for about a year or so.
Okay.
And then found my way out into the public, and from then on it's just been learning how to serve the public, help realtors out, and make friends.
Love it.
And we enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's like the best part about
You
our
can
job is we
tell.
enjoy it.
Yeah, you can really, really tell with like the events that you do, the TikToks that I see you do. You can tell that you're having a lot of fun. Well, thank you. I think it's important that everyone gets to know you. And without further ado, we can get into our first wing.
So this one is the Capital City Mambo sauce.
This is actually really good.
Thank you.
All right.
Is
So
it
Chris
gross?
can cook.
Is it gross hearing us chew?
Yes, it's gross. It is gross, but this does taste really good. Okay, so first question, what does a title company actually do? And I will say, when helping buyers, especially first-time home buyers, they don't really dream of their first title company. They don't dream of their first realtor either, so don't take it personally. But I do have to explain what they do. So for everyone out there, I can send them this video. What does a title company actually do?
You want to take it?
Sure. All right, so there's 3 things you're going to remember us for. Number 1 is the person doing the settlement. So we're there at the very end. You have a big stack of papers to sign, and you want to know what you're signing. So our job is to explain everything that's in there and make sure you're comfortable with the home buying process. Behind that, we serve an escrow function. So there's lots of money changing hands. The money's going to the seller. You got to pay taxes. You need a trusted source where all that money goes.
Yeah.
So basically, all the money comes to us. We prepare the ALTA statement, where everybody will agree where the money's going to go, and then we disperse according to what the buyer and seller agree to do. Behind that, we do title insurance, and that's really like the most important thing we do, but it's probably the most overlooked. We make sure that the home you're buying is your home. That nobody can take that away from you. And if something does come up, that somebody tries to challenge the ownership and take your home away from you, we cover the cost of fighting it. So we go to court and fight for you. Make sure you keep your home.
Another big piece I would say is the 60-year search that we do on properties. And I think that that's really important for buyers to know that we're performing the 60-year title search, making sure that they're purchasing a property that's going to have a clear title. We get the 60-year search, and then we do our part to make sure that the title is clear. So I think that's important too.
On that note, what's like the craziest thing that you can share on a video that you found in your 60-year title search?
That we found? We find a lot of unreleased mortgages from like 2000 to 2008.
Oh.
That was a sloppy time in this business.
Yeah.
And all these banks and title companies just popped up all over the place, and nobody knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
And there's just all this paperwork that was not done correctly. And when you go to sell your house, you can't do it.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you can do it. You just have to correct certain things. So you can't do it right away. So we step in and help people. We find the releases. We go to the old title company and get them to correct something they did wrong, whatever it is, and make sure that we call it marketable title. You can now sell this house.
That's important.
I was trying to think if there was one thing in particular, but like Chris said, we find stuff daily. But that's what a title company does.
Yeah.
I got one.
Ooh.
Yeah. What happened on this one is that this seller moved out of state, moved to California, and the house was in a trust. And she made me power of attorney for settlement. Then 5 years later, they tried to sell the property. And they looked at the POA, and the trust did not allow power of attorney. and they had to hunt down the seller who was in California, and they had to find me. And it was a mess. And so technically what happened is that the person who lived in California still owned that home
Wow.
after 5 years.
Okay, title insurance. Important. Next.
Old Bay.
You're moving to Maryland. Old Bay.
That's a good wing.
That's a good one.
Thanks, guys. You're so nice.
Good job, Chef Breck.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna start calling you
Chef
from now
Breck.
on.
Okay.
Chef Breck.
Next question. What is the difference between title monitoring and title insurance?
All right, so you ever see those commercials at like 2 in the morning where it's like, someone could steal your home for $24 a month. We'll monitor your title and alert you if somebody tries to take your house. That's cool. And it has a value, but not $24 a month or whatever it is. I don't know. So these companies will monitor, the public record, and if a deed pops up that says your house has been sold or whatever, they'll let you know.
Isn't that too late?
That it's already done. Right.
Wait.
It isn't. Like, a valid deed is just not valid. But you still have to fight it. If you have title insurance will fight it. Let me rephrase. If you have enhanced title insurance,
Oh.
because this happened after closing, then we can go to court and fight for you.
Old Bay got me.
All right. Wing number 3.
Wing. Wing number 3 is Frank's. I put that shit on everything. That's
Okay.
Okay.
it's a basic cayenne pepper. I think Frank's is one of the better store-bought sauces you can get. I added a little bit to it, so. But this is your basic wing.
And I will let you know, this is usually the hottest I go.
Oh.
Okay.
We'll see.
We'll see. Question number 3. Can the title to my home be stolen?
Yes, the title to your home can be stolen. Really, all you need to do is create a deed and record it. And then, at least on record, it looks like that's whoever did the house now. In Maryland, the seller signs a deed, so they'd have to forge your signature. But it can be done. Like with title monitoring, when something like that does happen, we usually don't see it on properties with mortgages because there's another lien.
Yeah.
So before you can actually own the house, you have to pay off the mortgage. When somebody does steal your title, it's usually vacant land or just something without a loan on it. And it's usually property somebody inherited or just have had forever, or it's an investment property or something like that. If someone's going to steal your title, it like I said, it's usually unit what we call free and clear.
When's the last time that happened or you found that?
Last month.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
There's a scam going around where they will, the fraudster, as they always say, they'll contact an agent and be like, I want to sell this house. This is my, and they'll insist on doing everything electronically, like you'd never actually meet them.
They want cash. They want a quick close.
Wow.
They want their own notary. They want it to be. They don't want you to be able to really see them.
Yeah.
They want to do everything on their own. I'll provide everything. We just need you to be the title company.
Wow.
And then we're stealing.
That's crazy. Jeez. Okay. Well, now I'm scared.
You're not scared. You're aware now.
I'm aware.
You're
I'm
informed.
educated.
Yes.
All right. Wing number 4.
Oh, the Pick a Peppa Mango. This may be where Kiana bows out.
Yeah, my lips are burning.
Oh,
I feel like the last one has the most on it.
you want to try it?
I'll take this one. Thank you. I'm just careful. I'm not a sucker. This one's actually good.
Kiana's in.
Kiana's still
All right.
Okay, I'm
Question
still
4.
here.
What is the difference in lenders and owners insurance?
We get this question a lot because whenever you buy a house and you are getting a loan, the lender requires that you buy a policy to protect them. People think, "Oh, I have to buy a policy for lenders, so I'm good." When in fact, really all a lender's title insurance policy does is ensure that they can foreclose on you.
Oh.
So it does nothing for you. It's completely for the lender.
Yeah.
You can want an owner's policy to protect yourself. We always we'll get into it, but we recommend the enhanced for the maximum coverage. we will give you like a checklist of what is covered with each thing, so that you know what you're getting. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people, if you want to sit down one-on-one and have a conversation about what you're actually buying here, we'll do it. But I just got to remind people, a lender's policy does nothing for a homeowner.
Okay. All right. We got wing 5. What are we working with?
This is the Papa Boy Scotch bonnet.
What are you saying?
Papa Boy.
Scott's bonnet?
Scotch
bonnet.
Yep,
Okay.
Scotch bonnet pepper.
All right.
Okay.
Kiana, you pick first.
I'll take this one because it's lighter. Gonna go with the lighter one.
Okay.
It did look a little wetter.
Get some of that sauce. You need a little bit of that sauce.
No, this is fine.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I'll dive in so I start
Oh, yeah.
looking
Oh,
silly.
man.
That looks like a sketch piece of sauce.
I'm like nervous. That was a lot.
What is the difference between basic and enhanced insurance?
I just drew it.
This one went like straight to my throat. So tasty.
This one's hot.
Don't die.
Do you need the milk?
It was the second bite. Okay.
The milk is right here.
It wasn't milk.
Okay. All right.
My eyes are watering.
We have fat-free 1% whole milk and chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk. That sounds like kind of gross with this. Do you drink chocolate milk with your wings?
No.
Okay.
Actually, yeah.
Really?
I do. Like, chocolate and hot go together for me for some reason.
Really?
I'll make like a chocolate smoothie or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've
That's
actually.
a wing?
It's something about it. I don't know.
Give me a cup.
Oh, yeah.
No, that whole thing is yours.
I'm not drinking out of it.
Yes, you are. Yeah, we didn't even answer the question.
No, we didn't.
No.
Take another bite.
Okay. All right. I don't remember which one it was. Here, I'll just get a bunch of hot sauce.
Oh, gosh. Definitely don't touch the
I'll
eyes.
start sweating.
All right. What is the
Okay.
difference between basic and enhanced insurance?
So basic insurance is going to protect your ownership from the day you buy the house back in time. Makes sense? So just everything that happened before you bought this house was done correctly. Every
Okay.
seller signed correctly. If somebody died, the proper personal representative signed. If somebody inherited the property, the other kids signed off on it, whatever. Everything was done correctly. Every mortgage was paid off. Every lien was released. Enhanced insurance is going to protect you. Also, it's also going to cover all that, but has more future value. So post-policy forgery, which we talked about, is
Yep.
one thing that it covers. The value of the policy goes up in time, up to 150%. So if for some reason you do lose your house, you'll get in theory, the present value, not what you paid for it. If you get basic, you just get what you paid. Enhanced will have future value up to 150%. It also covers if like the seller did work and didn't pull permits, and then the county comes in and says, "I didn't know you had an addition. Get those walls down. I got to see what's in here." There's a deductible, but it covers a good portion of that too.
Oh, that's good.
And I think it's really important with with insurances, with title insurance, it's a one-time fee.
Yeah.
You pay it at the time of closing and you're covered until you sell the property. So, I mean, I always encourage people just get the enhanced. It's more coverage. It's, a couple $100 more, but you're covered.
Yeah.
So,
And then you don't have to ever think about like a title monitoring service.
Right.
Because they have you.
Right, that's right. We got your back.
ta-da.
Ta-da. Wing number 6.
Wing number 6. This one's the Key West Key Lime. I'm not a Key Lime fan, but I wanted to get a variety.
But
What-
is it spicier?
No.
Just the
this
flavor.
One, this one, yeah, it was meant to be a break from the
Okay.
Scotch bonnet.
All right, can I pick first?
Yes.
Okay, with that one because it looks less spicy. I'm really sweating. Am I sweating from the wings or
Yes.
is it
No,
from
you
the
look
lights?
great.
Yes.
Probably, I mean, the lights do make it hot. But you got a glow. You look good.
Okay. Okay. A wing glow.
Uh-huh. Ah!
Slow down, Amy. I thought you Amy.
It just slipped right out my fingers.
You lied about that wing.
Yeah,
That wing is spicy.
that is spicy.
This is,
You set us up.
spite is, it's a relative perception.
What is the difference between homeowners insurance and title insurance?
So Kiana just said it. You pay for title insurance once, and it's good for as long as you or your heirs own the house. So you leave the property to your kids, they're still protected by your policy. It only once you transfer the property is when it goes.
Yeah.
Homeowners insurance, you're going to pay for it every year, right? Every year. And if something happens to the house, then it kicks in. Versus title insurance, you don't necessarily have to lose your house before title insurance kicks in because it defends. It covers the defense costs. I've been to court where actually we had a seller that said, I never sold my house. I don't know what you're talking about. The lender, the realtor, title company, everybody's in cahoots against me. I didn't sell my house. So, of course, you got to go to court and fight that.
Yeah.
Right? And, you have insurance, you get the biggest underwriter in the country behind you. Like, you get attorneys that cost $1,000 an hour or whatever, and you paid $1,000 for a policy. You know what I mean? We joke, like, a policy covers an hour time of a really good attorney.
Yeah.
Right? So, obviously, we won because we had, it was true, number one. And
They were crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
And we had this like 3 monster squad of like crazy good attorneys, So
Yeah.
it can happen.
Yeah. And then as far as coverage goes.
We call it in our business, we call it hazard. Hazard insurance covers like the structure of the property.
Yeah.
So if something happens to the structure of the house. Title insurance is more of a conceptual. It's your ownership. It's your right.
Yeah. Okay. Wing number 7.
All right, Caribbean jerk. I love jerk chicken. So this one I'm gonna.
But I know jerk has a kick of spice.
Jerk has a kick of spice. It has everything. Like jerk seasoning is weird. It has cinnamon and coriander, whatever. It's just like everything you could possibly put on a wing. Put on a wing, and there it is.
You can see
They
it.
all look spicy.
Yeah. They all look very spicy. You can see the spice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep
So
my
many
pace.
like flavors hit you like at different times. That's interesting. Okay. Do I need title insurance on new construction?
I did a TikTok about this.
We'll find the TikTok and put it in.
100% yes. So even though the house is new, the land isn't new. That whoever bought and sold that wasn't subdivided correctly. There's horror stories of people like building a house on the wrong lot. Yeah. Another thing would be liens, contractor liens. That builder could have not paid the roofer, and all of a sudden, roofer sorry, you like sound effects? Slaps a lien on every property to get his money back.
Oh, wow.
So you could have contractor liens. We would see a lot with new construction. But yeah, again, it's not, even though the house is new, the land isn't new. The old system, I guess they were planning on building row homes. So there's a lot of communities that like they'll build a house on 3 lots. When
Yeah.
At one point it was intended to be, we've seen where the deed is wrong and it's 2 of the lots.
Yeah.
When it's supposed to be on 3. So it's like, well, you own most of your house.
Yeah.
Technically the builder still owns that one. So
Just protect yourself. Protect yourself, protect yourself, protect yourself.
Or get assurance title so you don't have to think about it.
Oh, I didn't finish. Protect yourself with assurance.
There you go. Yep. Absolutely. All right. Wing number 8. Right?
Yep, wing number 8.
You guys are doing pretty good.
I'm proud of myself.
You're doing great.
You're doing great.
You're going to get a raise after this, I heard.
This is the Iguana XXX.
Oh, yeah. This is.
Hold on, what is it? Iguana XXX habanero.
Okay.
The habanero is like one of the spiciest peppers.
Yeah.
The spiciest probably be like the ghost pepper. I'm not doing that. That's
Yeah.
I've seen people do that. That's too far. So this should feel good. Kiana?
I'm just trying to brace
I
myself.
think I'm just going to prepare.
Right?
Just dip it in the milk.
Next time we do this, I'm gonna make 2 that are like okay, and then 1 that's ridiculous.
There's a next time.
Yeah, of course. This is fun.
We love this.
Okay, XXX. Here we go. That smells spicy.
Why you just stop?
Well, I smelled it. I was trying to prepare. The worst is when it just hits the back of your throat.
That's
First.
that's where I'm at.
Okay.
Help.
Question 8. Should I get a survey?
This milk doesn't work, by the way.
No?
The milk's broke.
Whole milk.
Yeah. It's too
Whole milk.
thin. You need the thick milk.
The milk's broke.
Do you need a survey? I always recommend you get a survey. So what a survey is going to do, it's going to take, a surveyor is going to take the deed and the legal description, which we talked about earlier, which is like the written description of the land that you're buying. So it's like, of this point, 30 degrees north to this point, 50 degrees east to whatever, and it draws out the land. And it gives you like a map. This is what you're buying. And if you see something's wrong, like, I don't know if I want to buy this house now, you know? Or,
Like, what would you see?
I got an example right now. Legal description was done incorrectly, which we've talked about can happen. And the line goes right through a big chunk of the driveway, right through the walkway and the shed, right? And there's even further discrepancy because somebody else has another survey that says something else where the property line could go through the house. So you'll find encroachments, we call them, easements, will come up on a survey. And when you work with us, it costs like maybe $300 to get one. You get it before settlement, so if something's wrong, you know. But if you don't close, you don't pay for it.
Yeah.
So
True.
it's you don't pay, you pay at settlement for it.
Yeah.
So I always recommend you get the location drawing survey because again, you're buying whatever that deed says. You're not buying the pictures in the MLS. You're not buying what the seller says they're selling you. You're buying whatever that written description is.
Yeah.
And I don't know anybody that knows how to read a legal description and identify the land.
So I guess in the case where, like, if the property line is going through the shed, the driveway, and the walkway, and the buyer still wants the house, like, what is done to remediate that?
There's 3 things you can do. You know, if you whoever owns that other land wants to play nice, they can, sell it to you, give it to you, whatever, or they can create an easement, which just allows you to use it, or there's something called adverse possession. So if it's been wrong for 20 years and you've been using it, and we could go into detail about that, but it's a way to like take the land that you've been using.
I remember that from real estate classes. Question or wing 9 and question 9.
Oh, the mystery sauce, the mystery wings.
Oh,
This just has everything. I don't know. It's
mystery sauce. I'm honored that we get to try the mystery sauce, honestly.
absolutely.
I don't understand how you are just like, so my lips are on fire. Y'all lips not on fire?
I think I have been trying to really keep my lips away from the wing.
Man, it's chicken.
But it
I
just means
go
you
in
bite
for
it and you look really crazy when you bite it, though.
I can taste some Franks.
Question 9. On the topic of surveys, what's the difference between a location drawing and a boundary survey?
I'm trying to say.
Kiana, do you want to take
You're doing
this?
this one?
Kiana, why don't you answer this one?
So what was the question? I'm really hot here.
What's the difference between a location drawing and a boundary survey?
Location drawing, like Chris just said, it goes off of the legal description of the property. A boundary survey, we would recommend if there was some sort of a dispute with the neighbor. If the neighbor's like, that's my foot of land, or if they wanted to have a fence built and you want to...
And you want to what?
You don't know what it is. Okay, or if they want a fence built, then you want that to be super accurate. So then we would recommend that you were to get a boundary survey. A boundary survey has to be paid for, whether it closes or not. Did you do this on purpose?
Yes.
So whether it closes or not, a boundary survey has to be paid for. So, yeah.
You doing okay?
I think so.
Okay. We have one wing left, but we're going to split up the questions so that way we get to really just fully enjoy this moment that we're going to have all together.
Yes.
So please present us our last wing, Chris.
Last one.
Dun, dun,
Number 10.
dun.
They measure heat with a thing called Scoville units. Like
What?
Scoville units. Like it is a measure of heat.
I think it's best you don't cover that right now.
Right. I won't tell you what this.
Okay, you
Where
can tell
this-
us after.
Where this is in relation to everything else we've had.
All right.
So
It is dry. It's like getting warmer. I'm going to spit it out. What is a wire? How can wire fraud affect me? And how far in advance can I send my closing funds?
All right, so now I take the bite and start to answer. Okay.
That's warm.
I'll get you there.
It's like a slow... It's still going, too.
Oh.
It is just rising.
I'm still recovering.
You're going to be fine. It's going to be great.
I thought this was going to be fun, guys.
You're not having a good time?
My lips are on fire.
Don't let your lips touch this one.
Okay. Okay, ugly
Teeth
bite.
out. Yeah, ugly
Okay.
bite. Ugly bite. Oh, that doesn't happen.
So a wire is basically how you're going to send money to the title company. Mm-hmm. Title companies cannot accept Bitcoin.
No Cash App.
No Cash App. You can't Venmo the title company. We can't even take a personal check. Mm-hmm. And there's some bank checks we can't take. Like you have to get like a certified check from the bank, not just a check from your account. We can take wires or a check from another title company, like if you sell your house and buy another one. But most of the time, we're going to ask for a wire. Second part of that question was, what is wire fraud? Is that right?
Yeah.
So we'll see wire fraud. A buyer may see wire fraud if right before closing, they'll get an email which appears to come from their realtor. It says, hey, the title company changed their wire instructions. You need to send your cash to close here instead. When really that's fake.
Oh, wow.
What they do is they monitor they usually hack the realtor's email. They just wait and monitor the transaction, and then right before closing, they can tell what's going on. Right before closing, they send this email out. They steal your signature. It looks like it comes from you. It'll be like, Annie Weymouth KW at gmail.nothing.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So
That's creepy.
and people fall for it. So we tell people, we give you the wire. We give them wire instructions at the beginning. We're like, this is it. If anybody tells you they change, don't believe it.
Yeah.
Like if we do change banks in the middle of a transaction, we're gonna make a big deal about it. It's
Yeah.
not gonna be like a by the way thing.
Yeah. Wow. My mouth is on fire.
Yeah.
And they make it look like with my last name being Moore, it'll be like KMOORRE. So it's something that it wouldn't jump out to them like, that's not Kiana's email address. It'll look like it is my email address. So
These people.
sneaky.
They're so sneaky. Why don't they just get a job? Come on.
The last part of the question was, when should you send a wire? So we tell people 2 weeks before closing, talk to your bank and just know what their procedures are. Like how long does it take? I can't tell you how many times people the night before closing, they think they can just go to their bank and get the money, send the money. It's not the case. Some banks, most banks probably same day, maybe 48 hours. But depending on the type of account, especially if it's a type of bank that doesn't have brick and mortar, if it's like the online banks, we've seen it take 10 days or more. And if you haven't initiated the wire, it's not coming. Well, it is coming, but until we have it, you can't buy the house.
Yeah. I think one client, her bank made her go in to do the wire too. And I'm like, well, I'm glad we talked about this.
Yes, we had a closing where the buyer was moving down here from Massachusetts, and night before closing or day before closing, he was trying to get his wire sent. The bank in Boston required him to be present to initiate the wire.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so he had to go all the way to Boston.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
I'd be so stressed. All right, Kiana, I need you to take the smallest bite, and please don't let your lips touch it.
All right, good thing I got big teeth.
I'm not taking another bite. I cannot. It's like when you take a drink of milk and it just like comes back. You'll be okay.
Wait, so the milk saved you?
You might just have to swish around some milk for a little bit. We'll all do it together. No lips, no lips. Okay.
Oh.
You can spit it out.
You're not Chef Brack anymore.
Oh, we have tears. We have tears. We finally got tears.
Take a drink.
My whole body's hot.
I know, it is hot. It's like a totally different spice.
I know exactly where that piece of chicken touched on my tongue.
Yeah.
That part of my tongue is on fire.
You'll remember forever.
This is not okay.
Do like people eat multiple of these and enjoy it?
There's no way.
If it gets my name on the board or a free T-shirt, I'll do it. But for
a free T-shirt, you'd do that.
oh my gosh, yeah, I'll do anything if you dare me. But no, just sitting at my house, watching football. I'm not making that wing.
Yeah, got it.
How could anybody enjoy that wing?
I don't think it's meant to enjoy. It's just meant to say you did it.
Oh my gosh.
I can't believe it can get worse than that.
It's right here.
All right, so on that whatever scale,
yeah.
what was this on?
The other ones were like 10,000, 20,000, 50, but this one was like 250.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We jumped. we skipped a whole.
We did it though. So now the last question, Kiana, why are ACH transfers not accepted? And what is an ACH transfer?
So when your buyer goes into the bank, the teller will give them an option. Do you want to send it by ACH or do you want to send, it by domestic wire? They'll tell them that the ACH is free. So if I was a buyer and I went to the bank, I would want the free option.
Yeah.
The issue is if I were to buy a house from you today and I sent my funds by ACH, I have 10 days to go back to that bank and pull my money back. Oh. So this is like the worst idea. So in our bank, we'll automatically reject ACH transfers. So if your client went to the bank and they sent their funds by ACH transfer, we would reject it. So it could cause delays in closing because we wouldn't have your funds. So I think I answered the question.
You did.
Yeah.
You did. Once a wire is sent, it is sent.
Before I sign off, I'd like you both to just give them one more opportunity to know why they should choose Assurance Title when buying and selling.
I think the biggest thing with Assurance Title, and I can speak on it from my position, our staff is happy. We have a staff that enjoys doing what they do.
That is true.
And I think that when you have a company with a staff that is happy doing their job and they enjoy what they're doing, it really shows in the customer service they give and the quality of work we put out. Like for me, I absolutely love doing what I do. So if an agent calls me or if a buyer calls me and they have questions, it's not a bother to me because I enjoy helping. So just for me with Assurance Title, I think that we're just a team that enjoy working for the company. So we're here to help and we enjoy helping as well.
Yeah. And that's evident every time that I've called. At least it's evident that you guys love what you do because you're always in the best mood when I call.
We say our job is to earn your business.
Yeah.
So we put customer service first. If you look us up on Google, you'll see our reviews. Like we're about service. Like we're doing paperwork and helping you, do a process. But it really comes down to how you're treated. How, if you have questions, how things are answered, and how you feel after you bought the house. We want people to feel good when they bought the house.
Yeah.
Oh, and we celebrate you too. We have a lot of things we do to celebrate buyers and closing gifts. And I think that buying a house should be celebrated, whether it's the agent celebrating or, the buyer getting their new home. So we put a lot into that as well.
Yeah.
It's more than a transaction.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Kiana and Chris. It's been a pleasure to have you here and go through this experience with you. Thank you. I will not forget it. My taste buds will not forget it. But if you're buying or selling in Maryland, be sure to check out Assurance Title LLC. I'll put their contact info here so you can reach out to them. And that is all we have for this podcast. Be sure to tune in next time to The Way Home.
Bye.
Bye.
Like chugging this milk with a Coke.
You realize I'm paying an hour per hour for the studio, so the longer you take to answer a question, it's costing me money.
Okay.
I got you. See, now I don't remember the question, man.